There's the bait for the day. Is that a fish? Just grab my bluegill over here. I think he might actually just have it. See if the treble hooks on this work. Right size fish. All right, welcome back everybody. We're gonna do this kind of quick this morning because I don't know exactly how this is gonna work out. This is gonna be one of those days where I do something completely different off the rails, and I'm just hoping it pays out because it'll be really fun if it does. I'm going to do something none of you guys have ever actually seen me do. Well, actually I got a couple of videos on it, but it's usually on the river. I'm gonna catch some bluegills, and yeah, I'm gonna use them for really big fish bait. There are two gigantic species of fish that swim in this body of water. Well, technically three. So I have three options of catching some freaks, and yeah, we're gonna find out. So I have some rod holders I gotta install here. I've had them for a while and I've just never used them. But basically, I'm gonna have two bobber rods set out and probably one set off the back of the boat, just kind of swimming around, kind of free spooling it, and we're gonna see if we can get some freaks. So first things first, we got to catch some bait. I don't normally call bluegills bait, but that's what they are today. All right, wish me luck. Okay, first things first, rubworm slip bobber. Basically going to be almost a food chain challenge. I'm going to go worm, bluegill, big fish. I'm just hoping that the big fish I get, I can actually get into the boat and show you guys, because there are some very, very large versions of this fish. And yeah, I'm a little scared. Shouldn't be too hard to find some bluegills. Oh, like that one. Trick here is going to be not getting giants. See, like that one is like right on the edge of how big I want to use, but I will keep that one for now. I'm gonna keep like 6 to 10 of them. You can use your limit's worth. You just have to count them towards your limit for the day. Just for you guys that think that it's illegal to use these as bait, you can use them. Okay, so the first one was right over here on this weed line. Like I said, the trick today is gonna be that one feels big. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah. So I'm not using that for bait because that's like a 9-inch bluegill. I'm kind of glad I'm able to do this, but yeah, you're lucky. I'm not using you for bait today. Be a really good flathead bait. I didn't say that. You guys didn't hear that. You know, it's going to be one of those days where my full intentions were to come out here early in the morning, catch a bunch of little bluegills, and use them as bait. And I'm going to just catch big bluegills now. Watch. You watch. There's a big old school in this. Ooh. Right size? Right size. That's what I'm looking for. Because I want to fish them underneath the bobber. I don't need them trying to pull the bobber down the whole time. But yeah, 3-4 inch bluegill, perfect size. All right, I just need a half dozen more of those and I'll be good to go. Then the hard part comes into play. I gotta find out where the freaks are before it gets too busy out here. Wasn't supposed to be hot out, but apparently we got another warm-up this year. I don't know when you guys are gonna see this, but it was nice and cold for a while there. The water temps were dropping, so I was getting all excited for my fall bite. And yeah, basically this type of bite I usually don't start until the water start cooling down, because once they do, then you get really aggressive big fish. Another smaller one. That's like the perfect big one. Here's another good size one. That's like the perfect size. This is gonna be perfect bait. Another good one. Never been so happy to catch small bluegills. Was that another big one? Is that even a bluegill? I don't think that's a bluegill. If it's a bluegill, it's a big one. I think it might be a walleye. Or it might be the species I was after with the bluegills. There's a lot of these out here, so. Yup. Get in there. Do not bite my line. See, the thing is there are giant versions of this guy. And I was hoping to make it a surprise, but hopefully you guys got a chance to see that thing before it flopped out. Well, that's the first toothy critter today. Hopefully, like I said, we can find some giants today. The one thing about this lake is if you catch you catch a bunch of bluegills in a spot, those guys are always bound to show up. So I'm hoping to kind of capitalize on that today. Find a good spot full of bluegills, maybe catch a couple of them, and then toss out some of their brothers and see if we can find a giant. There's also two other species in here that I won't mention unless I hook one, that are very large, and they will eat a fairly big bluegill. I've actually had some of my 8 and 9 inch bluegills eaten by them. So it's not like I can put too big of a fish down. It's just I don't have the gear to throw a giant bluegill down. Like if I could put an 8 inch bluegill down and not have it pull my bobber under, we'll have to see. Oh. That feels more like a bluegill. Yep, right size. Okay, that's 5 bluegills. I think I'm going to, like I said, I think I'm going to try to keep 6 to 8 of them, just so I have enough in case I start catching a bunch of fish. But yeah, we're doing pretty good so far. It's only been like 25-30 minutes. This could be a fun day. Oh. Something ate it right off the surface. Is that a bluegill? Oh, he's like right on the edge. But I think I'm going to keep that one just for a big bluegill to put down. That was a fish. Right size too. Okay, so I'm gonna stick one of these guys off of my back the back of the boat here. Basically just long lined out, no bobber. And then I'm going to kind of cruise the weed lines. I'll keep bluegill fishing because I only have 6 of these. But the thing is I'm going to hopefully attract a monster chasing one of my bluegills in that I'm catching. And that translates to a freak. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so like I said, real simple. Steel eater, big treble. Happens to be on my catfish rod because I have a bait feeder on here. Then I could just set it off my rod holder here. They can bite it, run, and I can get time to get back to them and yeah, catch the fish. Okay, I'm gonna hook this guy right behind the head here because northern pike tend to tee him up and strike head first. Hopefully that's strong enough that he doesn't just pull it out, but there's the bait for the day. So, like I said, I'm just gonna stick this guy off the back here. Let about 8 feet of line out because I'm about 10 feet of water. Set up in the rod holder. There, one trap is set. That dude can just swim around out there and find me a fish. Okay, next one. I'm gonna do the same thing, except this one isn't a giant bobber. And I'm gonna cast this one out about 6 feet down over the same weed line I was just catching all those bluegills. And I'll know pretty quickly if a big fish grabs that one. Okay, got 2 rods in the water with bluegills on them. One bobber, one just swimming around the backside of the boat here. Both of them have their bait feeders on in case I'm not paying attention. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can continue getting some bluegills around here. Because the trick is gonna be, you want there to be a lot of bluegills in the area. Oh. Are you a bluegill? Yeah, that is a bluegill. It's a nice one. Be an eater. But yeah, I'm gonna just keep catching these guys. Hopefully attract the predators that want to eat them. Gonna have to watch for seagulls coming up to steal my bait. Moved a little bit here. See if I can find a spot with more bluegills again. Because the trick here is gonna be, you gotta be around bluegills for there to be predators around. If I'm not catching them on the bobber, then probably not any predators around to eat the ones I have out. So that feels like a big bluegill. I mean, all else fails, I'll take these guys all day. That's like a probably 8.5. Where are the sharks, buddy? Find me a shark. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I had to get a new mic because my other one took a crap on me, but I forgot to get the windscreen for this one. And it wasn't supposed to be windy today, and of course it's windy. So, like I said, hopefully you guys can hear what I'm saying. I'm still sitting in like a pocket here, little weed pocket, just trying to see what's around. There's still bluegills around, so I'm hoping there's still some predators around. Otherwise, we might have to move around a little bit today. Move just a little bit here. See if I can find some more fish. I think I did. It's a big weed flat. necessarily big, but more active fish. What are you? You are not a bluegill. What is going on today? I have these giant baits out, specifically for big fish, and all the big fish are biting my tiny jig head on 4-pound line. This ain't right. Apparently they're not eating big baits today. They're eating micro baits. Unfortunately for that guy, that's one of the teeth that I'm willing to keep if he's big enough. Yep. 21 and a half. And it broke me off inside the frickin' net. Well, since I know there's walleye around, I'm gonna have to throw out a bigger piece of this, or see if I can get them on this. I still have like a medium over the side here, and there's actually a small one floating around on the bobber over there. Although the bobber might be too big, might have to switch that out for a smaller one. But we're gonna toss this back out and hopefully find another one. Another big bluegill. Yep. That's a good fish today. If I wanted a bluegill fish fry, that would have been a thing. See if that's all that's over here is the big bluegill school. I won't be mad at it, but it gets too much windier out here. I won't be able to fish. Is that a fish? I think a northern just grabbed my bluegill over here. I think he might actually just have it. See if the treble hooks on this work. Right size fish. Come here. Barely hooked. Snake with a big head. That's one. Okay. Next bluegill going out. Saw that one. looked over at my bobber and it got hammered. Bluegills can't do that with that bobber. I'm waiting for it to get dunked, because when it gets dunked, then I know for a fact that a monster's got it. Might have to reel it in and check on it. Got hit pretty hard. Pretty decent sized bluegill on there. You get hit? I don't see any drastic teeth marks. Looked like you got hit before. Oh. Got one on the bobber. That was a big bait too. Oh, let it go. That was a big fish. Oh man, I wonder if he'll come back for it. Whatever that was dropped my whole bobber, and these are giants. These are like the biggest thill bobbers you can buy. Thought I got a good hook in them, but apparently not. I'll let this float back here again, because might come back and hit it again, but not likely, because I did reel them in about 50 feet. But northern pike are like that. Okay, I have lively bait, so I'm going to use it. Okay, new bait going out. What seems to be working is I'm casting it up against the wind, and the weed edge is like right here, and I'm just letting it blow back through the weed line, and they're hitting it somewhere between here, and that was good couple of yards behind the boat. But here's to hoping we find another shark. Well, that one's looking for a shark. I'm gonna see if there's any other decent bluegill around, or even more bait bluegill wouldn't hurt. I've only used like 2 or 3 of them out of the 6 to 8 that I had. Oh, there's a fish. What are you? Gotten quite a few of you today. This one's too big to use for bait. Then again, the other one was pretty close to this, so might not be too big, but not looking to use the shark bait quite yet. Okay, so I don't know what you guys are gonna see last. Probably the missed northern pike. Yeah. I'm going to say it was a northern pike because it didn't feel like a muskie, and yes, there are muskies in here, so that is a big possibility by throwing these bigger bluegills out underneath the bobbers on this weed flat. There's not a million of them in here, so it's not like a guarantee, but I have 2 new baits out right now, and yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can get another northern pike. The walleye will eat the bluegills. I've gotten some big walleye out here doing this. So the reason you've never seen me do this is the last time I did this was like 15 years ago. And I forgot, I think I started my channel 10 years ago. So yeah, I was doing this a lot before I started my channel because it was the easiest way to, if you ever want to find northern pike, just drift over weeds with, so like however deep the weeds are. So if you're in like 10 feet of water and the weeds are 5 feet down, put a bobber 4 feet down with a bluegill on it. Put 2 or 3 of them out or whatever if you can, and just drift over the weeds. You'll run into the northern pike sooner or later. That's just kind of how it is. But you also get a bunch of other big surprise fish. So like on this rod back here, I have a little bit smaller bluegill because I have caught like 27, 28 inch walleye out here. And like you guys seen, I got that walleye on that tiny little piece of worm earlier. They'll eat anything. So there's that. But yeah, we got a couple different species of fish to hopefully catch, and I wouldn't mind catching a muskie, but I don't know if I can deal with that in this boat. So I'm hoping we just get some more fun teeth before I gotta go today. Got really cloudy, like it was gonna rain, and real windy earlier, but I think it's kind of calmed down, so keeping my fingers crossed I don't get rained on. But hopefully the next thing you guys see is another shark that's eating the bluegill. Otherwise I'm gonna keep fishing for bluegills, like I said, because you keep them active in the area and then it kind of brings the fish to you. I think I'm doing okay, and yeah, like I said, I'm gonna just keep casting and see what we can find, but hopefully the next one is a big fish. I know there's a 40 plus in here. I know there is. So that is my goal, fishing this way. That is just put big baits out and hope for the monsters. I've seen a couple of them, so here's to getting a freak. All right, let's get back to casting and see what else we can find. I wasn't recording, and I reeled up my bobber a little bit, and a northern pike ate it right here, and I wasn't paying attention. Gonna give him a second here, and oh, I thought for sure you would have had the hook by now. So I reeled up, and yeah, he slammed it when I stopped reeling. Gonna see if that fish is really hungry and hits this bait, this new bait. But yeah, I didn't have my camera on. I was talking to you guys. I had the bobber way out there. It was like 30 yards behind the boat, and I reeled up to like 15 yards behind the boat, about half the distance. I set the rod down, and I was trying to say something to you guys, and I like looked up and I couldn't find my bobber. And this is not a big, or this is too big of a bobber for me to like just lose. So I knew it was down. So what happened was, I guarantee I reeled the bait over the fish's head, and when I stopped it, he came up and smoked it. So just kind of like bringing a spinner along or whatever, and you pop it and they nail it afterwards. I think something's on my side rod here. Like I said, eventually you end up with pike around your boat when you fish for bluegills enough. So if you're trying to hunt them down and it's getting hard to find them, just start bluegill fishing. He's got it. Oh no, not my bluegill. Another skinny one. Why are you guys so skinny? You've got plenty of bluegills to eat. Oh, and it's got a broken back. We'll find that bluegill. Well, that was pretty easy. That guy was pretty weak. Okay, this one's going back over the side. So I just had this out like 8-9 feet over the side of the boat. And you've seen the size of that northern pike. It was a bigger bluegill, but tiny pike will still eat those bigger bluegills. I think that might have been what I lost on the bobber before, but it did feel bigger, so there's that. I'm just hoping that we find one of the mega ones, because there are some real big ones in here. Ooh, something going on with the bobber over there. Gotta keep an eye on that thing. Okay, I think I got another one on the bobber. At least one's terrorizing the bobber, because it's either fighting for its life or getting hit every once in a while. Getting ready to see that thing go down. I think it's still there. Might even have it and just be sitting there with it, because that's what that first one that I caught on there did. They smack it and then they sit there and try and get the bait in their mouth. If you don't wait long enough, like you jump the gun, basically you're gonna pull it out of their mouth almost every time, like I did that one time. So now I'm just giving them a little extra time to chew on it. I think I'm gonna try and just reel it up like 2-3 feet. See if that does it. Did you guys see that? There was a pike on it. Came up for it. I'm gonna recast this thing out. I was just reeling it up to cast it out, and that pike came up to hit the bluegill off the surface. I got the one over this side that can take care of him. That's why I always have this rod right over the side of the boat. We'll see. Wasn't that big of a northern pike, but he'll probably still try to eat this. Oh. I was dragging my bobber along here, and a fish ate it. Let him get it a little bit more. Right next to the boat. Oh, he got off again. Oh, he wasn't big enough to eat this guy. Sorry, dude. But yeah, I was just moving and looked over, and my bobber was going down next to the boat. Put this guy out here where I intended to put him, and then since I didn't hook that other guy, I'll just let this guy out. But that's so the biggest thing I didn't do there, because I wasn't ready for it, was you got to sit there and just let him chew on it. When I stood up, I scared him, and he still had the fish in his mouth, but he swam away with it, and it kind of pulled it out. So I was unable to get a good hook set. But good news is they're still feeding, even though it got dark out. Pike tend to like feeding when it's a little bit brighter out, but we will see if we can get some more fish or how the rest of the day goes. But so far it's been pretty fun. That one being right next to the boat was fun. Just need a true gator. I still need to beat 40. It feels big. Are you a bluegill? A big bluegill? Very big bluegill. Giant. Oh, I haven't seen one of you guys out here in years. Look at that thing. Big, like 10-inch male. Good to see. That's awesome. All right, big boy. All right, big guy. Don't get eaten. Well, I'll take 10-inch bull bluegills all day long while I'm out here seeing if I can find some big northern pike or walleye. Never going to be upset that I caught a giant bluegill. But yeah, that was a good healthy one too. Good to see. Hopefully more of those exist out here now. Every once in a while you still see a giant, but hopefully that's a good sign, and yeah, we can get a giant of the pike species. I really just want to see what a 40 out here looks like. I've gotten 32 to 35, but yeah, a 40-inch pike out here would be a pretty amazing thing. Alright guys, as you can see, it is getting stormy out here. It wasn't supposed to, but either way, I think I had a pretty good day. It was productive. I did exactly what I wanted to do. I got some bobbers out, I got some side rods out, and yeah, I fed some northern pikes and bluegill. And on top of that, I got a walleye dinner. So there's good. That's a bonus. I got a bonus walleye dinner. And then, yeah, I got that big, I think that 10-inch bluegill is going to be what you guys probably seen last. I caught a bunch of little bluegills, and I think I had a couple chases as far as northern pike coming in, but I won't put those in there. It just, giant bluegill is a good thing to end it on. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Thumbs up for fall northern pike. And if you want me to do more of this, where I go out and like see if I can find some giants, I want to come back out here when it gets colder. Right now the water is 70 degrees. I think the big fish will be feeding in these flats right when it hits about 55, 60 degrees. So like I said, comment below if you guys want me to do more of that. I think I'm going to try this in some other areas too, because there are some other giant fish areas. Either way, hopefully you guys, like I said, enjoyed this one. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're not new here, just hit the like button for some fun times on the water. All right, see you guys next time.